Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Train Sim World 5 ASMR. So, anyways, we're out here at the, let's see what yard we're at. We're at the, as soon as it'll bring it up, East Victorville Cement Company. This is going to be actually our first day on the job on an actual active live rail scenario. Now, I've been doing a lot of stuff, looking at different videos on YouTube, and they've got another train simulator that is like it's got a whole lot more options than what this one has. It's called Run 8 Train Simulator, I want to say. But I'm kind of here to kind of beg the differ. Now, I do understand that the Run 8 has a whole lot more aspects. You can do a lot more stuff with the trains. You actually have places where you can haul freight and do all that, but you can do the same thing on here. So I'm kind of actually revealing some stuff that a lot of people don't even know about Train Sim World 5 that you can do. I didn't even know about this until I played around with it. But anyways, I'm going to kind of show y'all what all's going on with it and how to do it. And I am currently on a PS5, so let's go ahead and climb aboard and get our 3 SD40s started this morning, and we will head out into the yard and pick up we got to pick up 18 cement cars, and I'll kind of show you what we got going on. We got these 6 right here that's waiting on the line, and these right here, all these are loaded and they are ready to head north, and we're going to haul them up to the look, see, there's a train heading down the line right now. We're gonna haul them up to the Oro Grande Ag. It's another cement place. I guess they break down cement and do some other stuff with it, but we got some freight that we got to haul out of here. We got to pick up these. There's 6 here, 6 there, and then there's another set right here, and then we got to haul that all the way up to the Barstow yard, and we'll figure out what we can catch coming out of there. See, they got a lot of freight out here on the lines, different locomotives. We may pick up one of the more powerful locomotives like an AC-44 and pick up some stuff that they got out here in the line that needs to be hauled down to Barstow, or not Barstow, but San Bernardino. So but anyways, I'm going to kind of show y'all how I do this stuff, and I hope y'all enjoy. I hope it's something that, because, whenever I first bought the game, I kind of felt a little bit like, well, there's not a whole lot to do on here. Once you complete all the scenarios, I wanted to have like an open world, simulation where I can go in, haul different freight to different places, and, seem like I accomplished a goal besides driving a train from point A to point B without wrecking it. So this is a live scenario. There are other trains that are going to be moving, so we'll have to make stops. You got to really pay attention to your signaler, your signals, because you can get in a situation where you collide with other trains and a lot of stuff, but I'll kind of explain it as I go, so I'm not just sitting here talking out the yahoos. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and get these engines started. So what we want to do, I kind of showed y'all how to do this in the other episode. We're gonna set this up for start, make sure all this stuff is flicked on in the run position. Let's go back here and prime this thing up, trying to make it as realistic, like if you were out there working in a real train yard. Alright, fuel pressure's up. Let it idle down, and we'll gag it. Okay. Got smoke, so we're good. got 2 more that we got to start. So, because we need a total of 3 of these SD40s to be able to pull 18 cars. Make sure all this is turned on. Yep. Okay, all that's ready to go. Alright, so we gotta go back here and we gotta make sure that these are set into the run position. Alright. And we're gonna be controlling with the front locomotive. Go ahead and shut this. And I'm going to set up the headlight control up in the front locomotive where it'll control all the lights for the whole train. That way I ain't got to walk through every one of them and do it. Boy, you can hear that other train coming through. I don't know where it's at, but you can hear it. Yeah, there it goes. That is cool to be able to see other trains going down the track, because before, whenever I was having to make these, the horn, I think that's, let me make sure that this is correct. Okay, good, there's no bell. I didn't want that bell. If you turn this horn to cut out, it will not, it won't automatically activate the bell. Alright, there we go, and we're going to give this a spin, single, that means this single locomotive we're going to be using. And go ahead and shut that, we're going to kick these windows open, that way whenever I use my drone camera. Alright, so we are here, let's go ahead and throw our reverser in, turn on our basic other lights, and we're going to turn on our banking comm. That way we can control everything that's behind us. We'll set this up for freight. This is going to be lead. Alright, so now we got to wait for our brake pressure to build up. So while we're waiting on that, I'm going to show you what we got to do. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to pull down the line. We're going to grab these 6 cement cars. We'll pull them forward. Then we're going to back up and we're going to grab these other 12. So we're going to be doing a little bit of switching before we head out to the Rio Grande, because we're at Victorville right now. So, and Rio Grande is up the line. It's not too far up the line, but we got to drop 6 into here, 6 into here, 6 into here to be unloaded. And then we'll grab these other, let's see, 6, 12, and how many ever this is. It's going to be quite a bit. So I'm hoping that our engines, we got enough power to pull all of this. But we should be able to. We'll find out once we get down there. But let's go ahead and see what our brake pressure is. Okay, I don't know what's going on here. While we're losing brake pressure. Oh, no wonder why. That's crazy. I didn't realize I had that turned off, so I'm sitting here losing brake pressure. Let's go ahead and notch it up a little bit, give it a little bit of juice so we can build up brake pressure. Once we hit 90 psi, we'll be able to start moving. Alright, there we go. Alright, we're up to 90. So how you do this, so how I actually run this scenario is I go, like whenever you're doing a game, you go to choose a train, which map, all that other stuff. You go to a timetable event. You go there, you just pick whichever time you want to come into the map. I joined in the morning, and then you jump out of that train and it'll let you fast travel everywhere. It'll let you spawn in more trains. I'll kind of have to show y'all that, but I guess on another breakdown of how I'm doing it if you don't understand it. But let's go ahead and get this thing going. But anyways, before you can move, you got to let dispatch know what you're doing. Now I know it said sandbox whenever I done that. The open timetable is a sandbox too, but it's just got active trains running into there. If you just go to a regular sandbox, it's just you and whatever you put out there. There ain't no other trains out there on the line. So this is a lot more fun. You don't have to put down all these cars and do all that other stuff. This is like if you were actually, you know, driving a train in a real world scenario. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to pull down to, that should be good enough. We'll pull down to here. Now I don't know why it just reset everything. Hold on, let me, no, that, okay, we are a lead. Gotta turn our generator on, make sure everything's good back here. Yep, no, this should be single unit. Alright, there we go. Need our lights on, we don't need none of that stuff on, so we're good. And then check it out, so I got my little drone camera now. I can fly this thing around anywhere I want to, but it can only get so far away from the train. Like right here, that's it, that's its limit. Now it can go all the way to the end of the train. It's kind of like your conductor, you know, the guy that gets out and uncouples and does all that. But a really good thing that I've been doing, or I found out, is you know, your conductor, he would go back here. He would have to hang off the end of this engine because we're going to actually be coupling to this end. So, you know, he'd climb up right there. Give it a little bit of juice. Two honks, let everybody know we're moving. I think in the yard it's like a 10 miles per hour speed limit, so we ain't gonna go over 10. But yeah, this is so much better. Like, you got all this freight out here you can haul. You can just really just haul whatever you want to. But I kind of figured out where things go and where certain freight goes to, and it's actually really fun. I've literally played on this game for like 6 hours today, making sure that this stuff was going to work, you know, as close as I can get it to real life. So, but anyways, we are 2 400 yards away from our initial stop, and the ones we're picking up are the ones that we're going by right now. These that are to the right of us, right out here. Now, what's cool about this is once you get connected, then you got to get out and, well, luckily the little drone conductor can actually do all this for us. But you got to release the handbrakes on these cars, because I couldn't figure out why in the world are they not wanting to roll. I couldn't figure that out, and that's because in a real life scenario, whenever these cars are parked on the track, you know, you have to apply the handbrake so they don't roll if they're on a hill. That'd be horrible. Have like 6 fully loaded cement cars fly out on the track while you're driving. That would not be good. But anyways, so alright, so remember, every move that you do, you gotta let dispatch know. So we're gonna come back to here and we're gonna pick up these 6. Alright, now you see how it shows it up? Alright, back it up. Now, remember, your coupling speed is 4 miles per hour. That's good. We're kind of on a grade. We'll have to give it a little bit of 1 notch of power at least. Alright, so kick it out again, kick your reverser out, go ahead and climb down. I'm going to have to hit this knuckle real quick. And we'll have to hit this knuckle. Climb back up there. Alright, so now we're ready to couple. And then we'll walk down these cars and release the handbrakes. Independent brake, because you don't want your train rolling off. I forgot to set my independent brake on my locomotive, and whenever I started undoing the handbrakes on these cars, it started rolling on me. I'm glad that I wasn't, you know, actually out on foot doing this. I'm using my conductor drone, that's what I call it, a little drone camera. But anyways, you got to go down all these cars and release all the handbrakes. And then it'll allow you to start moving it. Oh man, I just like the way that this is. This is so much easier. I don't have to build and put a bunch of trains out on the line. There's so much stuff everywhere that you can haul in here. It's like literally in an open world of a train sim. Now, I have noticed some things. If you make your train like really long, and you go to swapping up in between cameras with all the other stuff going on, sometimes it can get framey and laggy and freeze up. So you're gonna see me save this game a whole lot to make sure we don't lose progress. So pretty much after every pickup, I'm gonna save it, and then we'll keep moving around. That way we don't lose. Basically lose our progress. So we're gonna actually stay back here on the end of this, because that's what the conductor would be doing, because we still got 2 more pickups to do. Whoa, I don't think you'd be up there that high. Probably about right up to there. Alright, so we are ready. We can let the engineer, which is myself, we're going to basically be pulling forward. But remember, you got to go to dispatch and explain what you're going to do. So we're going to pull down this line. Let me kind of look at it, see how far we're going to have to pull. We're going to have to at least pull down to here. Alright. Notch 2. Because these are loaded. And then there's our other 2 sets that we're going to get right there. We just got to clear these tracks over here so we can back up to them. Now say if you set your point too far forward, because right here we can go ahead and hit the brakes on it. Right there is where we needed to pass up. You can go ahead and set the brakes on your train even though you didn't hit your stop marker. You can pull back up your map and then you go to remove path. Confirm. Okay, now see how it's gone? Bring back up your map again, set path, and we're wanting to back up to these right here. Now you don't want to get it like right on it. You want to get it pretty close, but not so close that you're going to accidentally run into it. Now whenever you set this, all your switchers, the AI switchboard works like it does it for you. It changes all your tracks for you, so you don't have to do all that stuff manually. But anyways, let's go ahead and throw it in reverse. Get a notch 3 on this one because we're kind of on a hill. Yeah, see how it's done changed? That is one thing I kind of wish that they did add. Like, say if you were in here and you grabbed the engine, you just jumped out there on the yard. Like, these different cars need to have like a point system where you got objectives in the game. Like, say you can only start out with like one engine and only haul a certain amount of cars, and then you build your way up to where you could have like a 100-car train with 6 engines or whatever. Ooh, I hope we can stop in time. Ooh, that was really close because I'm sitting here talking. But anyways, kind of have like a point system where, you know, you got levels that you can build up through, and that way you kind of work your way through of hauling bigger and more powerful trains. You know, they're not going to cut somebody loose out there with a 1 mile long train. It just ain't gonna happen. You got to start out small. Like maybe you work out in the yard as a yard switcher or something like that until you build up enough points to work your way out on the main line. This is stuff that I would like to see in this game, but I understand it's a lot of coding. It's a lot of stuff. You know, you get penalized for not following certain procedures and stuff like that in the game. That would be really cool to see. But I can make it work with this. So we're going to go ahead and couple up real quick. Set our independent, throw our reverser out, and we're good. Go out here and start releasing these handbrakes now. Pretty much any cars that y'all find out in the yard that are not hooked up to a locomotive, if y'all do decide to do this, you're gonna have to release the handbrakes. And having general knowledge of the locomotive, like if you accidentally set the emergency brake and all that other stuff on how to reset it or cold start one, or you need to get the basics down before you try to do this, because it can end in a nightmare, a lot of wasted time. So other than that, it's really fun. I'm glad I discovered this. So alright, we got one more. Alright, so we're going to hang out here on this one. This is where our conductor will be, because we got one more set we got to pick up. So, go ahead and throw it back forward. Oh yeah. Before you can move or do anything, that way you make sure you're not running all over the place. We're just going to pull. Make sure you stay on the right line. We'll just say we'll go up to here. I don't think we'll have to actually go that far, but that's what we're gonna say. Try not to give it too much power. Because I know in Run 8 you can break couplers and all that other stuff. They don't have that much detail into this game, but the graphics, well, let me say, they don't, how would I say it, like the graphics of the train, like how real they look, and the environment, the detail like in the map is not as good as it is in here. But there is more stuff that they've added to Run 8 to make it like a real scenario. Like you can break couplers, you can overheat the brakes, you can tear up your locomotive to where it just doesn't even run no more. So, go ahead and start getting into some brakes. So yeah, go ahead and go full independent. We're where we can back up now and grab our last set. Alright. There we go. All the cars just come. We can go ahead and kick this door open. Knock this out. Alright. So now we're going to remove that path. Set path. Yeah, we ain't got very far to go. We're not gonna get so close to it this time. Alright. Once we start building it. Alright, we'll swap back here to our conductor drone. I can tell this thing's got some weight on it too. Yeah, see, it's done automatically switched this track for us. Let out of it. Independent. Alright. While we're letting the car settle, we'll knock this out. Make make sure that's set. Go back to the conductor drone. Now we're going to get down. We're going to uncouple this so we can get it coupled up. And then same procedure on these cars. You'll have to go through and manually hit the handbrakes on them. Alright, let's go back up here. Alright. This one a little bit more off. Yeah, see how the wheels didn't even turn whenever we ran into it? That's because the handbrake's all the way locked down. Alright, I'm just going to knock the reverser out. I'm just going to go out here and go do this. Alright, so remember, make sure you check all your cars. Like, sometimes these handbrakes can be hidden or the cars will be flipped the wrong way and you may forget one like I did and be dragging it down the track. It doesn't end well. Especially whenever you go over a switcher and the train tries to go one way while the other cars are going another. Last handbrake. Alright, so that's pretty much it. We don't need our conductor drone down here. Now normally they got like a PCOS system back here, like a little light up light. I wish there was a way like they had it where you can get it right here and you can add that to it, because that is a realistic thing that they got in the real trains. Like all the trains that you'll see this pass us by, they'll have like a box with a red light blinking on it. What it is that's where your airline connects to. So, and it makes a weird funny noise, and that's how you know that it's working. But anyways, we're going to send our conductor drone back up here to the front, but check it out. This is our whole train right here. There you go. It's filling up with air. We got some air bleeding from these cars, filling up the other cars. Lovely SD40s. This is probably one of my favorite locomotives. Whenever I was a kid, I had electric trains. That was my favorite thing I played with. And these were, I almost had every type of SD40 you could think of. But anyways, let's get back into the engineer's cab and let's get on the map and let dispatch know where we're going. So, alright, so we're going to take this, we're going to go up the line, and I'm hoping that we don't have to drop off some cars and then back them in. I think we can pull this all the way up to, we're going to give us a little bit of breathing room. I'm going to say about like right here. And that should give us enough room where we can back these cars into those 3 individual slots. If not, then we'll have to break down the train whenever we get there. But hopefully, you know, I judged that right. Alright. Go to the outside view. Now see, the drone is going to automatically want to stay with the train, so kind of have to be good at controlling it to get these drive-by shots. We're already speeding. here to the end. I let it go by, and then I do a shot of it coming up the side. Now, you really have to pay attention to your signal aspects, and I'll kind of explain. Anything that shows up as a caution yellow, you do not want to be going over 30 miles per hour, like that's max. Anything like if you're approaching red, you want to drop your locomotive miles per hour down to like at least 15 miles per hour. But we're out here on the main line now. Got to wait for the rest of our train to come out of the yard, but right up here is normally where I park the drone, right there. That way, this is kind of like what you would be seeing out the window anyways if you were looking out the front of the locomotive, but I just got a lot better. I mean, look at this scenery. This stuff looks real almost. That's the reason why I like Train Sim World. You know, I'm not going to say, I don't know, they're about even right now. I love the high detail into this one. Alright, we don't need, every once in a while this camera does some weird stuff. We'll go ahead and throttle up. Come on, camera. Oh, I wish you would do it again. Sometimes I have to fight this thing into here. If we're picking up speed. Yep, we're at a 13.5 positive, so we're gonna make sure. Oh, I know what's going on. Okay, knock the reverser out real quick. Our banking comm's not on. Alright, banking comm is on now, so we should be running with all of our horsepower. Reverser in. There we go. Now we're accelerating good. Got a lot of stuff to look at. Ahead and throw it up full throttle. A little bit of wheel slip just happened. You gotta watch it. If you throw too much power on it, it'll, see how my amperage kicked out? If it hits any wheel slip, it'll automatically throw the power off of it. But I normally try to stay like 5 miles per hour up underneath the speed limit anyway, so. And you can tell if you're accelerating by this thing. If this is anything without a minus on it, that means you're increasing feet per second. So watch it as I drop down the throttle down to 0. See, we're on a hill right now, so it's going to be increasing just a little bit. Now we're not. We just got on a flat. We're not on a grade no more. Now watch it. It'll start zeroing itself out. Alright, now you see how it shows the minus? That means we're slowing down now. 1.5 feet per minute. So, which is cool. We don't, now you see how we got a caution yellow coming up? Go ahead and hit our dynamic brakes and get us down below 30 miles per hour. There we go, it's got a 5.5. I love this outside view. And I'll try to about every 5 or 10 minutes or so, I'll run the drone down the train back with 30 seconds away from it. So, alright, so yeah, we're gonna have to really slow down. Got a 15 miles per hour speed limit coming up. We're below our posted speed anyways. We still got 800 yards before we cross the 15, so we're doing really good. It's not too long of a train, but this is beginner stuff, so we ain't gonna be driving no big humongoid trains just yet. Unless it requires that for hauling freight. Back off my dynamic brake. We're on a 0.6% down, yeah, it's picking up speed, so alright, we're coming up to a crossing now. See the crossing things are down in here. We just didn't have any traffic. See, technically, there's more freight right there. I mean, you can really haul any of this stuff. It's an open world to do whatever you want to do. If you want to haul this freight, haul it. I mean, That's what I like about it. But you can tell how they got the freight position in the how they got the freight positioned in the yard, whether if it's going north or if it's going south. So you got to do a lot more work to get a train that should be going south to go north. Believe me, I done found out. You got to go way down the line just to cross over to another point to where you can go back up north. And then you got to do a lot of stopping along the way because you got to let other trains pass, or you may have, yeah, it's nice. I like it. I really like this. And I don't know if people realize that you can actually do this on the open world scenario, like the actual timetable where there's other trains, but it's so much more realistic though. Alright, so we are approaching the Rio Grande cement yard. So this is like a factory. I guess they do something with cement here. I'm not really sure exactly. I'll have to do like some research on the map and figure out what goes on, figure out what freight goes to where. We're just doing it today. We're just gonna haul stuff. Alright, so now we're in the yard. So we may have to look, there's another train coming there. Let's see, I'm gonna try to get where we can get a better view of it. Like if you were looking out the window here. That's going to be a long train there. View. And I'm hoping our tail end of our train will go past where we can back up and get these cars into here without having to break down the train and doing a lot of yard switching. Look at the reflection in the mirror. That is crazy. Oh, I didn't even know you could do that. Alright, we'll go back into the locomotive city. I think this is actually our switcher to go back, so I don't know, we may be able to do it. Around over here. See, sometimes this thing does some weird stuff. Back down the throttle. I don't know how fast we're going to be able to stop. you run into that barrier, it's a done deal. It's over. Yeah, see, it's a good idea to keep that 10 miles per hour speed limit rule and make sure you leave yourself enough room. Alright, knock our reverser out. Alright, so let's look at our map real quick and see if we cleared it. No, we did not clear it. See, we need to back up into this heading right here. So, that kind of sucks. And I figured that that would be good enough to do that. So this is what we're gonna have to do. We're gonna have to do a split. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna back up. We got this whole rail we can use. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna back up 6 of these, I think, or 612. We're hauling 18 cars, so I think that's how many we're hauling. Let's see. We'll just send out our drone real quick. We'll find out. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Alright, so we got 18 cars. So what we want to do is we want to back 9 down into here, and we'll set the handbrake on them. And or actually no, we're gonna back let's see, 6, 12, 18. We're gonna back 12 into here, and we'll drop 12, and we'll just haul them in. Or we can drop 6. Just, it doesn't matter. You know, we just got to drop some of these off of here where this can work. So we're gonna go back up to 6 cars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. So right here is where our conductor would be. You would get up here onto this one, and we need to back this up far enough where we can leave it on that line. Alright, so let's back up. Back way off into there. We just want to make sure that we got enough room to clear these cars so we can back these first 12 into there. Because I didn't set my path. See how it's got a red stop at 700 and some odd yards? Alright, right there, that should be good enough. We'll go ahead and do 100% on the full independent. Alright, knock the reverser out. Alright, so now what you want to do, you don't want to set the independent brake on this. Before you uncouple, you want to set your handbrakes on your car. Like this one needs to be set. Make sure it doesn't roll. You don't probably have to set all of them. We'll probably set 2. That should be enough to actually hold it. It shouldn't go anywhere. At least I hope not. Oh my God. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we need to uncouple right here. Alright. I don't see them trying to roll away from each other, so that should be good enough. So now what we want to do is, since we've uncoupled here, we want to jump on the back of this car, and we're going to pull forward, and we're going to get ready to go back into that siding to drop these first 12 off. Alright, let's jump back up here to the front cab. Alright, we got that independent set, but anyways, guys, man, it's already been an hour already, so first break time, first break. Alright, but anyways, so I'm going to be doing a bunch of episodes like this where we're actually doing stuff that you would really do, driving trains instead of scenarios. I hope y'all like it. I hope y'all enjoy it, because I've enjoyed playing this today. It's been really, really fun. But anyways, I'll catch y'all on the next episode, and we'll continue unloading these cars, and we'll pick up our next manifest, and we'll head up to Barstow. Alright, later.